Okay now.
I'm the top dog in the league, homie. Yeah. Let's speak on it. It's a stretch for anybody to reach on me. Just breathe on it. Don't tell them. They gotta know it's me on it. Won't kick it on me and go for 3 on you. You couldn't guard me with the cleanest armor. I got it covered. D's Corner. I'm the
What's up, everybody? Welcome back to D's Corner. Again, I'm D. I appreciate you guys taking the time out to watch the video, man. Please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Help my channel grow. Trying to get my followers up. Trying to get my content going on a regular basis. I got about 8 videos I'm working on. First up, we're going to talk about Alvin Kamara, the Saints running back who was missing for a few days but somehow returned back to the facility for practice. Originally, through the media, it was assumed that he was going AWOL, basically holding out due to a contract dispute. Excuse me. But then it came out that the Saints said he was home because he had an epidural shot in his back. They're supposedly negotiating a contract. It's very difficult for me to believe, as the Saints are one of the most cap-strapped teams. I think they have like $250 million allotted for next year alone. With the revenue and everything that's supposed to take a hit due to the pandemic, there's gonna be a lot of people who are not on the Saints anymore. You got a backup quarterback making $16 million for a few plays here and there, when your starting running back's only gonna make 2.1, I believe. He watched last year Ezekiel Elliott hold out and get paid. He just watched Christian McCaffrey get paid. He watched Derrick Henry get paid, as well as he just watched Joe Mixon get paid as well. I'm working on a one player every team should trade, or at least consider trading. And I know it may not be by popular demand. Alvin Kamara, I believe they should trade him. They have a lot of players coming up that they have to get ready to re-sign. Marshawn Lattimore, Ramczyk, the offensive tackle, as well as Kamara. Yeah, they gave Emmanuel Sanders some decent money. He's an older vet, so they could clear some space by letting him go after a year. They could clear some space by Drew Brees hopefully retiring for them. But if Drew Brees decides to come back, especially with the way the last 3 years have fallen in the playoffs, with the Minneapolis Miracle, the no PI call, and then losing last year to the Vikings in overtime, you have to think and at least consider or wonder, what's this team going to look like without Drew Brees? Who's going to be your quarterback? Are you going to be rebuilding? Do you want to have a solid defense when you do bring in a new quarterback? Do you want to have solid weapons? Right now, Drew Brees has been focusing on nothing but Michael Thomas basically every play. This is the first time I believe he's actually going to be playing with a competent number 2 wide receiver. They do have Latavius Murray if they move on from Alvin Kamara. But why not trade him? Why not trade him? I know he is a very good pass-catching back, but the things that are going against and for, I guess, if you will, I guess there's the pros and cons to both sides of it. If you do trading, the compensation that you'll get back, it has come out that they are open to trading him prior to them saying they were negotiating, but it is still believed that they're willing to trade him for a first-round pick. I don't see very many people trading a first-round pick for a running back who now you have just leaked the information that was injured or was at home away from practice due to an injury in his back where he had to get an epidural steroid injection, which had him down for a while. Last year he played pretty banged up. Doesn't look like he's been or will be able to be a bell cow. So, I mean, there's a lot of things going against the argument for trading. But then if you think about it logically, there's a lot of stuff going for them trading him as well. If you trade him and you're able to get back anything, you don't have to worry about coughing up a huge chunk of money to a running back, especially how the NFL has devaluated the position so much. Not to mention next year's free agent running back class is going to be crazy deep. So if you don't sign him now, are you going to franchise tag him next year? Because as you try to sort out your own cap issues, because they are cap struck. I think they are 31st in cap space available next year, which is very, 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 very difficult, especially if Drew Brees retires. Jameis Winston's only on a 1-year deal. He did put up some spectacular numbers last year, but he also put up some horrible numbers as far as turnovers, where he threw 30 interceptions, I believe. One team that I could see trading for Alvin Kamara and even possibly willing to give up a first-round pick for him and not even worry about signing him next year is the Kansas City Chiefs. If you look how explosive this offense is, how explosive they were when they had Kareem Hunt as well. Damian Williams opted out. You do have the rookie Clyde Edwards-Helaire, who is a smaller back who will be able to pound it and get lost behind the offensive line. But with Alvin Kamara in that offense, you could do so much. That offense would just be absolutely crazy. Alvin Kamara, Mecole Hardman, Tyreek Hill, Travis Kelce. You still have Sammy Watkins. You would have Clyde Edwards-Helaire. And then you got Patty Mahomes back there launching that thing all over the field. And last year, if you watch throughout the playoffs, this team started to realize how much more dangerous they could be with a rushing attack. And I'm sure they don't want Mahomes leading that rushing attack. Like I said, they put forth a good effort by drafting Clyde Edwards-Helaire in the first round. But giving up a first-round pick, especially if you're only worried about winning the Super Bowl, who cares if it's the 32nd pick? Look what the Seahawks were willing to pay Percy Harvin basically for that Super Bowl, and he busted the game wide open. So I think you would make this trade. If I'm the Kansas City Chiefs, I won't have an issue making that trade. We already have just about all of our stalwarts, if you will, locked in. We just had a good, solid draft. Got some good young pieces on the defensive side of the ball. Mahomes' deal is team-friendly as well as records setting and record-breaking. We just re-signed Travis Kelce. We redid Sammy Watkins' deal, and he'll probably be gone next year. Tyreek Hill is good. Chris Jones is good. What else are they really missing? Tyrann Mathieu is on the second year of his deal. So this is really, this would be the most logical team I could see trading for Kamara. And like I said, I think that's the most logical team if I could see one trading for him that would benefit the player and both organizations. With Jacksonville just now releasing Leonard Fournette, who has just signed with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers on a 1-year deal. Could I see them? They do have the draft capital. Could I see them trading for Alvin Kamara? It seems logical, but to me it's more unlikely as this team's basically in a rebuild. They're going to be trying to rebuild. They have 2 opportunities in the first round next year. I think they have 4 of the top 50 picks next year. Most likely they're going to be getting rid of their coach and scrapping everything. So there's no reason to trade for someone that you're going to have to pay big for when they're going to be in a top tier of cap space. No reason to really try to give up any assets for someone who may or may not even want to be there. Right now, I don't think any veteran Pro Bowl player wants to be in Jacksonville, as their entire Pro Bowl defense is gone. Another team that I could see trading for them, or who would make sense, would be the Miami Dolphins, as they have a ton of draft capital, they have a ton of cap space, and they're trying to build a championship team there. Alvin Kamara would be great for that, but they just traded for Matt Breida during the offseason, or actually during the draft, and they brought in Jordan Howard. So I as though it makes sense, I don't see it happening. I think those are the top 3 teams that I had, with number 1, of course, like I said, being the Kansas City Chiefs. Alvin Kamara wants to get paid. I think ultimately the Saints keep him. I don't think that they will trade him. I don't think anyone will give up a running back. But if I was the Chiefs owner, I would really look hard at that, because basketball has super teams. Everyone right now is talking about the Tampa Bay Buccaneers having basically a super team with the talent that they have. If you look at the Kansas City Chiefs, outside of Tyrann Mathieu and Sammy Watkins, everyone else there is homegrown. So this could be a situation like the Warriors when Kevin Durant came, if they were to trade and pick up Alvin Kamara. But again, like I said, I believe that he stays in New Orleans, possibly getting franchise tag next year. I don't see him getting any type of money near what Christian McCaffrey was getting, or what Christian McCaffrey is getting. I don't see him being in the upper echelon, top 5. I think he is talented enough. I think he's worthy enough, but I don't think the Saints feel he's worthy enough. They had a player, Reggie Bush, and they let him go. And Reggie Bush was one of the most dynamic running backs who's ever played the game. He was Christian McCaffrey basically before Christian McCaffrey. But you guys let me know what you think. Let me know where you would like to see Kamara go, if you would like to see him traded or not, in the comment section below. Again, I appreciate you guys watching. Don't forget to hit the like, the share, and subscribe to the channel. I truly, truly appreciate it, man. But again, at D's Corner, we out of here.
Okay, now I'm the top dog in the league, homie. Yeah. Let's speak on it. This stretch for anybody to reach on me. Just breathe on it, don't tell them. They gotta know it's me on it. Won't kick it on me and go for 3 on you. You couldn't guard me with the cleanest armor. I got it covered. D's Corner. I'm the top dog in the league, homie. Let's speak on it. This a stretch for anybody to reach on me. Just breathe on it, don't tell them. They gotta know it's me on it. We don't kick it on and go for 3 on you. You couldn't guard me with the cleanest armor. I got it covered. D's Corner, like, yeah.